Hello and welcome back to another episode of I Don't Know Techno. Today we'll be reviewing the Doyoky GameCube Joycons. They're a pretty cool little tech product, and actually, the price of these will surprise you. So let's go ahead and get started. So about 3 years ago now, a YouTube channel by the name of Shank Mods made some GameCube Joycons custom made. And a few companies looked at this idea and said, hey, we should mass produce this ourselves. And that's how we got here today. There are actually two different sets of GameCube Joycons, and I got the Doyoky ones because I think they look nicer. But the other ones are also nice as well, and they have glow-up buttons and stuff like that. I just preferred the classic look. Like, especially with the buttons like this, they don't glow or anything, and they have the original design. I still have a few pros and cons with both of them, especially this one though. So, we'll go over that in this video. But for now, this is the Doyoky GameCube controller. Also, this is not sponsored. Every opinion here is my own, and I was not paid to say any of this, because I am not that popular. So right here, we have the Doyoky box, so we'll go ahead and open it up. Got a nice little flipper on the back. And there are a few cool things that come with this item, actually, that I was waiting to talk about till later on. So, obviously, we're going to have the manual, as you can see. Then we're going to have a USB-C cable, and you'll see what that is for later. So go ahead and open this up. Yeah, comes with the controller right here. So, feels pretty nice. Got pretty clicky buttons. It's even got two little programmable buttons on the back. It's even got turbo mode buttons, which I think is really cool. It's like you can change it to turbo mode. Use this one to program the back buttons to any button. So I think that's cool. And if you look up top, you can see, if it focuses, that's got a USB plug-in. So this is for, if you don't want to charge these on the Switch, you can use the USB-C cable that comes with it and plug it straight into the top. And bam! You can charge these separately from your Switch console, which I think is really cool. You'll see that this came with a few little nubs. So, well, so first we've got a just standard one, like an Xbox basically. It's even a little longer than the normal ones, like this one. I think it just extends it a little bit. So it's just a standard one. We've got a little C-stick, a gray C-stick nub for the other side if we want to try that. Then we've got a regular one for the right side. So with the extended thing as well, that's exactly the same as the gray one except yellow. And then we've got one that looks like the left stick of the original GameCube. That's shorter and will go on this side. So, and as you can see, these are just removable. They just have a little indent in the back of them that auto locks them in there. I don't really know how it works. It just kind of snaps into place. And I haven't had any problems with them falling off or anything. I've been testing these for a few weeks, and I've had no problems with them falling off or anything. So, but yeah. So what we'll do next is we'll go ahead and check out how they feel just as singular Joy-Cons. We'll go ahead and take them out of here real quick. Also, it's so cool holding these like they're Joy-Cons. I think it's cool. And another thing is, you can play these. I don't know why you would. This is like the most cursed thing ever, but you can play these like this because it has the little ZR and ZL button on top, along with the button that the regular Joy-Cons have. So it is kind of weird. Obviously, they have all just the normal Switch buttons like the photo, the minus button, and all that. They have these two extra buttons that I explained earlier. And you can use both of these as singular Joy-Cons. It isn't just one or the other. So, because they both have those things up top. holding them like this, I don't know who would play it like this. It's kind of hard to hold them singularly. Thankfully, you can program buttons to the back, so if it's like hard to reach a button over here with just one hand, you can just program it if you really need it. I don't think it's really hard to press this, but the C stick is kind of hard to reach down to. And especially getting to the minus button, plus button, and the photo and home button. That's a little bit of a stretch all the way up here. But sacrifices have to be made because they are made to be bigger than just regular Joy-Cons. But we'll go ahead and move on to how it looks on the Switch console. So these will just click on like normal Joy-Con. So let's just go ahead and slide them in here real quick. They even have the nice click sound and are locked in place. So, not really very shaky. I know a lot of people who review this said their copies were very shaky when they had it on the controller, but mine are pretty tight on there. Also, one of the cool things of this compared to the other one by Nixie, I believe, is it's almost completely flush with the system, so it doesn't like bulk out like the Hori Split Pad Pro or the just other GameCube ones. And I like that a lot. I think it looks a lot better being flush and it feels nice. Also, let's turn the system on. Go ahead and see how they are read. And they're just read as normal Joy-Cons. Even with, they even made the color purple so that it matches the atomic purple of these controllers. So I think that's a pretty nice touch. Everything works. All that works. Let's input. As you can see, everything reads perfectly fine, even the home button. So yeah, I think these are significantly more comfortable. So let's compare it to the actual Switch and how the Switch just looks normally. So this is how the Switch looks normally. As you can see, there is a massive size difference. As you can see, there's a massive size difference, even just from the back. But I will say, I think this just feels significantly more comfortable than just the regular Joy-Cons. Whereas with the regular Joy-Cons, your hands are just flat against the back and you kind of have to just hold your hands down like this and slide them across the back. And they cramp really bad because your hands are being poked in this middle part right here, basically, the whole time, to hold the console. Whereas with these, you have these big, wide grips on the side, so when you're holding these, it just has this big grip and doesn't like dig into your hands when you're holding the system. They feel pretty good, and they charge off the console too, so if you don't want to lose battery and you're nervous that you have to charge it separately, they charge off the console. Or like I said earlier, they have that little thing in the middle right here that has the USB-C stick at the front. So you can just insert the USB device and USB-C and it just charges it. So but yeah, as you can see, everything's working. And yeah, these work wirelessly, which I think is a cool and nice touch. And they work wired, as you know, because I showed you earlier. And then also you can play it like this. I don't know why anybody would, because I think this is the weirdest way to play any console, even with just the normal Joy-Cons. But yeah, you can play it like this as well. I think it's harder. It makes my fingers cramp up a lot more when I do that. But yeah, they're pretty nice. Feel good. High quality plastic. Now, it's time to move on to some of the gripes I have with them. So let's go ahead and get started. My first big gripe. The fact that this middle part isn't purple. I know this is a little nitpicky, but I wish this matched the rest of the controller. I think it just add to the quality of life if it just matched the rest of it. And it isn't like there's any different colors or anything like it. It's not like they have different colors of it, like a black GameCube controller or like a gold GameCube controller. This is the only color they have. So I don't know why they went with this instead of just going with the normal purple. Besides that, it is quality and it feels nice. It's just, I wish it was the same color as the rest of the controller, because I think it would have just matched more, made it look more sleek, and made it look more professional than just having the black plastic in the middle of it. Just would have made it look a little bit nicer, but that's just my opinion. Second biggest gripe, the fact that the D-pad is not clicky. The whole rest of the controller is clicky. All the other buttons on this controller are clicky. And then we have the D-pad, and it's not clicky at all. I wish it was more clicky, but that's more of a nitpick on my part. I just wish it matched the rest of the controller. But yeah, that is really one of the bigger things I have a problem with it. But obviously, I doubt anybody's really going to care. And then my last big problem with this device is a few of the aesthetic choices it decided to have. I feel like both of these buttons on the bottom, the two on this side and two on this side, could have easily gone on the back just to make the front look more flush like a GameCube controller. Also, I wish they had like little rubber bits like they have on a lot of consoles to go over these screw holes. I get it makes it easier to repair, but it's just, the front looks so nice, and then you look at the back and it's just got a bunch of holes in it. They don't have amiibo support, I will say that. If you were wanting to get these and you use amiibos a lot, they do not have amiibo support. But I don't know anybody in 2023 who still uses amiibos as actual amiibos and not just figurines. So it feels like it's a comfortable controller and everything. It feels like I'm holding an actual GameCube controller, and I think that's what makes me like it so much. It feels like an actual GameCube controller in my hands. I don't feel like I'm just holding some cheap off-brand device. It's high quality, it holds well in the hand, you can grip it, all the buttons feel nice except the D-pad. It's a little mushy and not very clicky. But besides that, it's a good device. I would suggest getting this if you are either wanting newer Joy-Cons or to replace your Joy-Cons, or if you just want to get some new Joy-Cons and you don't want to just buy what everybody else has. I think this is a good idea. So, now finally we will discuss the price of this. So it's going to run you about $60 to $70 depending on if you can find a discount code or anything like that. And this is not available on Amazon. You have to buy this straight from the Doyoky website because they do not have this on Amazon or anything like that. And one of the big problems I ran into with that is getting these was horrible. It was hell to go through. I had purchased these through PayPal through a third-party person, apparently. But it said just use PayPal, so I used PayPal on it. I got scammed out of $68. They never got the payment process, so I had them send a refund to this company. And PayPal ended up reimbursing me, not the actual company, because I had gotten the, the protection plan on it. But without that, I would have just lost $68. And so I ended up just putting in, my credit card information to buy it. And it took about a month for them to get here because it is shipped from China. It isn't in America or anything like that. That was another thing that I had issues with, but obviously there's not really much you can do about shipping speed or anything like that. They don't even have an option to expedite it or anything like that. Not that I saw, at least. But yeah, if you are looking into getting replacement controllers, a new Switch controller, or if you just bought a Switch online and it didn't have Joy-Cons or anything like that, then I suggest getting these because they are not only cheaper than the actual Switch Joy-Cons, but they also are a lot nicer, are a lot better, have gyro in it, and they just feel good. That's going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you look into buying this product because it really is a nice product. I have enjoyed using it, and it has gone from just being a fun little product that I bought online that I think has looked pretty cool, to something that I use on a regular day-to-day basis on my Switch because it's just that much more comfortable than just regular Joy-Cons. So, would I suggest buying this? Yes. This is a 10 out of 10 product because it's very nice, it's very quality, and if you are looking into replacing your Joy-Cons, this is a good purchase. So, well, I'll see you guys later. And thank you for watching. Bye!